Yerp, we are back. Let's get it.
Michael Vick at BetUS.com. Catch an incredible 125% sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits, plus 10% gambler's insurance. BetUS, my online sportsbook and casino.
Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. Y'all know what time it is, man. Welcome to the latest installment of the Graphic and Wasted Show.
Or the Wasted Graphic Show, whichever way you like to slice it. God damn. I cussed in the first 30 seconds. It's been a long time, man. Man, it's good to see you, bro.
The Bohemian Bomber is back.
Oh, the Bohemian
Bomber. And speaking of the Bohemian, instantly 5 Raider Nation Unlimited membership. Salute to Shalib, our guy in the building. Appreciate you, King.
Appreciate you, dog.
Welcome to the Wasted Talent Army, you guys. If you guys missed out on those 5, do us a favor, man. Hit the links that's pinned up top. Definitely, we appreciate what you guys do for the channel. Make sure you guys wipe them feet also. You already know, man. Pay your bar tabs and hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. Join the Green Dot Gang, man. Yes, Join the Green Dot Gang. I'm going to put together a new Robert Spillane emoji for the membership group. It's Green Dot Gang moving forward, man. Green Dot Gang, and get off my green lawn gang.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Yo, listen, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I really now Graphk. You know how it is. Graphk is like the Jason Kidd, the John Stockton of podcasters. He comes down the lane, bing, bing, like magic. I ain't gonna be here, right? Right. But he is the classic setup man, right? But brother, I saw something this morning, bro.
Oh man,
bro, listen to me. Listen to me. Yo,
I'm gonna bring this up right now.
Yeah, you have to, bro.
We're gonna get the show started early, y'all. Once again, salute to everybody here in the building. For those who are not on Twitter, man, we just seen something that is very, very upsetting. Let me mute this real quick, make sure we're good to go. John Gruden. I don't know, you guys seen this, man. I don't know if today we officially get to revoke this man's Raider card. But disgusting work today, you guys. It looks as though this man has joined the ops. He's an op now, Mr. Wasted Talent.
Do you see this man right here? Do you see him?
Look at this.
I'm kicking him out of my house right now.
Yeah. Nasty work.
Bro, he has to come to the congregation of Raider Nation and explain himself.
John Gruden.
This is unbelievable, bro. It's unbelievable.
Chiefed out.
Do you see this, bro? This is nasty work, man.
Yeah, man. I heard he was out here. Oh, yeah. Yo, the sellout was so quick, so fast.
Hey, man, it's about that time, man. Let me tell you something. I've always been a chief, man. And I wouldn't have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you pesky kids, man. Let me tell you something. You guys got to really look at my history as a Raider, man. Hey, guess who gave the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the answers to the test to beat us in our last Super Bowl? This guy. Hey, guess who traded away the best player the Raiders have drafted You know, in the first round in 30 years. Me, this guy. Hey, man, you remember that year we had 3 first-round picks, man? We didn't hit on either one of them. Man, we hit on one. We hit on one. But guess what? He's an asshole, too, and he's not a Raider anymore.
Oh, man. Look at the default picture, bro. That shit. Yo, non-Gruden. They're
What's
tweaking
going
out
on, man?
They're tweaking out here in these streets. We heard that you were soliciting your ass in these NFL streets, going down to New Orleans.
It's right, man.
You know, working with DC. You know what
Right.
I mean? We know the connection to Andy Reid, right? You know, you guys' days.
Action, man.
Green Bay, right? And all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But man, you went out there after the bus ride around Arrowhead. You decided to go out there draped out in complete Kansas City gear, man.
Hey, man, can I explain? Can I explain, man? Let me tell you what that bus ride was about. That bus ride, actually, I was looking for a house in Kansas City, man. I wanted to see where a good place for me to plant my flag out there in Kansas City, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Hey, Graphk, man. If you really look at it, man, have I really been a Raider, man? I mean, hey, listen, I'm just giving you a myriad of reasons. Hey, who sunk this organization more than me?
You set the tone for Josh McDaniels, Group.
Yeah, that's right, man. I've set the bar lower than low. And hey, man, in Patriots way, he beat me in being the worst coach we've ever had, man. I'll be honest with you, man. Listen, man.
Oh,
Listen, Mark Davis. Look, brother, I love you, man. But I had to get you back for the way your dad unceremoniously booted me out of this organization, man. And I've always held kind of a hate for the Raiders, man. And now it's time for me to just let the hate out, man. So I'm telling you guys right now, man, wasted Graphk. I don't think I could be showing up on your show anymore, man, unless you guys turn into a douchebag and start doing a slash Raiders slash Chief podcast like some other guys do. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Op Gruden. Let me talk to Wasted real quick. I want to talk to you a little later in the show, but Op Gruden, let me talk to Wasted real quick.
No.
Yo, do you think that this was a way for Andy and Patrick Mahomes to get back at us for the whole Kermit the Frog situation? Keep it a buck. Like, do you think this was something where it's like, this will get their fan base going, right? Like, they're gonna be pissed off seeing Gruden draped out in red. Do you think this is one of those calls? Like, come out here, man. See what we got going on. And I mean, they don't need Gruden. They won 3 titles under Andy Reid. There's no reason for Gruden to be out there helping them with anything.
Yeah, bro. And the crazy thing is that, you know, Andy Reid is infinitely a better coach than John Gruden.
Yes,
infinitely a better. Yes. Like John Gruden was innovative in the 90s and the early 2000s. It's been 20 years since John Gruden's offense has been innovative. So, dude, listen, man. They are as competitive and as detail oriented as the Chiefs are. They're just as petty.
Yes,
the Chiefs are petty, bro.
Yeah,
the Chiefs are petty. And you know what? Shout out to them, because guess what? You're talking to Petty Murphy himself right here, man. Yes. I'm petty too.
Yes.
You know. Listen,
Petty
man.
Hardaway, baby.
Petty Hardaway and Petty Murphy are right here.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you something. Hey, Raiders, man. Take this, put this up on the board, and I'm sure that at this juncture, John Gruden really the players who played under him probably don't like him anyway. He's a douchebag.
Yeah.
So F him. So from now on, for me, the place that I had in my heart for Gruden for the early 2000s, that's gone.
Yeah,
that's gone for me, bro. That's gone.
Knock on wood. You hear me, man? Salute to Nick 209. When I smash a drive down the middle of the fairway, I say, "Bang zoom, Raiders!"
Shout out to Nick, man.
Salute to Omar, man, on a $5 holla. To the benefit of the doubt, maybe he's spying on them in our favor. Cap.
Nah, come on, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sure that John Gruden was not happy that Mark kind of caved to the pressure of the National Football League after the email thing.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Mike Dixon Sports, man. Our guy over there at Vegas Sports today. We appreciate you, brother, as always. Just pay my tab with the like button. Watching one of the best shows. Salute to our guy. Salute to Mike Downs. One of the forefathers over here, been around since day one. Sure. What the F? Back in the day, we used to have Operation Shanahan. In an Operation Gruden now, his Raider card has officially been revoked. Salute to Mike Downs on a $5 special. DeMarcus, and we got a full show, you guys. There's a lot to talk about today. We're going to talk about the scrimmage yesterday, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're going to talk about the top 100 players, where some of our guys, we're going to give our take on some of those, rankings or whatnot, specifically our guys. But I thought the top 5 was absolutely hilarious. So we're going to have some fun with that. Maybe Gruden's plotting a heel turn like Dominique. Yo, salute to DeMarcus. And SummerSlam was slapping last night. Salute to my guy Webb. And let's get these supers in real quick before we go on with the show, y'all. Real quick. Salute to Nomad also. Plot twist. He is an op for Raider Nation. This is facts, bro. He's officially an op. I don't see it any other way. I don't look at Gruden now as a Raider anymore. He literally, this isn't a situation where he was traded, to the Kansas City Chiefs and was forced to go out there for a job. This is a guy that knows what the hell he's doing right now.
And he didn't have to go there draped in Chief shit.
No.
He could have went there and wore a neutral shirt.
Yep.
And had his little surfer boy haircut and his stupid visor. But no, he had to go there and rub it and get, rub it in our face and be Chief down. Oh,
nasty work out here in these streets. Mr. Wasted Horny Talent. It's way too early.
Hey, man, I'm back, man. I just want to let you guys know something, man, before we go on, man. I don't want this show to devolve. I'm just going to let you guys know something, man. As of right now, man, I don't care if you guys think I'm an op. I actually am an op, man. What I'm doing right now is I'm giving them the code to Mark Davis's office right now. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving them everything I got, damn it. See, hey, man, F you guys and F Raider Nation, man.
Hey, Gru, I hope I see you at the alumni party in a few weeks, man. Hopefully you pull up and we can have a conversation, man. You got to keep that.
You will never see that mother F. Never see it in there. F him.
Salute to Rudy. A little love for the goats of you too. Where's my wrench wasted? I hated Grudy when he left the first time. Salute to Rudy. Oh, hey, man. I see a wrench.
You got a wrench. Get the F out of here, Rudy. You don't see that wrench right there?
Yo, Gruden is down there writing Andy Reid's emails. Oh man, hey, now that would be so.
That'd be awesome.
That would be goated, bro. Hey, I would literally just delete this live stream if that really came out that Andy was doing some ill shit. But they're very good friends though, Hug.
Yeah, they came up at the game.
Yeah. Salute, man, our brother Hug. Everybody wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. Let's talk a little bit about yesterday's scrimmage, man. Hearing some good things, hearing some bad things. Yeah. The crazy thing is, man, it looks as though Gardner Minshew is starting to take the steps to separate himself as the quarterback one. Shockingly, he has thrown a few picks out there, right? But Aiden threw 2 of them yesterday, I believe. Mm-hmm. Gardner had 2 touchdowns. He threw a pick yesterday. Yeah. How are we feeling right now about the updated Gardner Minshew news? Because yesterday he finished with 2 tutties. There was 1 to Harrison Bryant that he caught in the end zone on his knees, I believe, and 1 to DJ Turner. Yeah. And he also threw a pick, 2 picks for O'Connell. According to Vic Tafer, AOC rolled out yesterday, hit Mayer on the sideline. Wilson forces another throwaway. So we started to see Tyree Wilson out there a little bit yesterday. You love to see it, man. They got some of the other guys out there. Kiting, he's balling. Wasted. Yeah. He's balling.
Tyree Wilson is another guy that I'm a little concerned about because, a lot of people are talking about, how he's been working with Max and all of this stuff. But this guy was the 7th pick in the draft, right? And look, you guys know how I felt about that pick. And at this point, the fact that I'm not hearing a lot about him is a little alarming because that's a guy that people have their eyes open for.
Yesterday, he made some noise yesterday for the first time. He got to the quarterback. He did get a sack. You know what I mean? And he did force a throwaway. So he's starting to show some signs of life as a pass rusher. I mean, at least we're starting to hear his name because. Yeah,
man, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I was very, very, very concerned because I'm like, that the one name I was looking to hear all camp was Tyree Wilson because, hey, listen, Raider Nation's watching. I'm watching. The world is watching. Yeah. The fact that, you have a guy like Jalen Carter on the board. You had a lot of guys on the board at that point that we could have taken at that point. And from what people said, he's a dude. We need to start seeing that now because there are not a lot of guys in this league that have his measurables. And I understand the people being enamored with that kind of talent. But I'm going to need to see him push everybody on this line for their job. I need to see that. I need to see him be disruptive. I need to see him turn into a Myles Garrett type of player, you know?
And there may be some competition at right tackle, you guys, with DJ Glaze. He's looked phenomenal up to this point. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, my God, he was starting at right tackle yesterday. Yes, he was, because we do not have a left tackle. So at this point, where's Mumford most comfortable at? Where's the right? He's going to be on the left side. So there may be some competition there. I do believe Mumford's still going to win that job, but it is great to hear that DJ Glaze is out there making some noise, man. You know what I mean? Like, that is phenomenal. Like, we need that competition on the right side, because Mumford is still a question mark. As much as we may love Mumford and think that he can get it done, it's always great to know you have somebody there that is going to push this guy, you know what I mean, to be better. So, you know,
can I hit you with a hot take?
Let's go.
Man, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if, you know, I don't want to start off the season without Colton Miller, but if God forbid we had to, wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to see what that looks like. Darren Mumford at left and DJ Glaze at right, because that could be our line going into the future if these guys both pan out.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think you're speaking nothing but facts, but it sounds as though Colton's getting closer. You know, AP did say he's been working his butt off and that he's getting closer. Rob, from what I'm hearing, I've heard from a few people out there that JPJ may be back this upcoming week. So stay tuned for that. I don't know how sure that news is, but from what I'm hearing from some reputable sources is JPJ may be available this upcoming week. So that's good to see that potentially our starting left guard may be available, you know, going into Minnesota for preseason game 1.
Hey, man, look, you know how I felt about the JPJ pick, right? Like, it's cool. You know who I wanted. Yeah. You know that I wanted us.
I know. Linebacker. I know.
Yeah, you know, right? Mm-hmm. And the thing is that I think that Edgerrin Cooper is going to be a guy that's going to be a perennial Pro Bowl guy, an all-pro kind of guy. I really think he projects that way, right? Now, he hasn't played one snap, so we don't know yet. But the thing is, man, is JPJ is kind of living up to his scouting reporter.
Yeah.
He's a guy who has injury concerns. That was in his injury report. That's been his jacket. That's his history. I'm not trying to slander him. I like him. I love his attitude. I'm very excited about what he can bring to the table. But if I'm being honest, man, you know, you don't get healthier as your career goes on. And this is very, very concerning. And I know it's very early in camp, and people say, oh, that's a fan way to look at it. But it's not, because these are guys that haven't even taken one hit, one snap, one nothing, and you're not there. It's an issue for me. And I'm hoping that it gets corrected and he can go through the rest of camp, because he's missing some really, really big moments in his career at this point, because he's a guy that has to change the left guard. And he has to be out there with that unit. He has to be there and take those snaps with those guys. So if he's not there, because we're going into a preseason game, if he's not there for the lion's share this week, it's going to be very, very concerning.
He is going to be a better player than your boy Edgerrin. He's going to be fine. He's going to be durable. He's going to get through the season, and he'll be ready here very, very soon. Let's just say
I'm praying he is, and I'm praying he's everything that he's billed to be. Well, but what I'm saying is this, man. When you have big guys that start off their career injured, a lot of the times it's the Tony Baselli effect.
No, I get it.
Baselli was a Hall of Fame guy. He's a great guy, but he was hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping and praying that JPJ's not that kind of player, man.
Salute to Marvin. Keep it or bean. We are in trouble at the quarterback spot. Well, let me say this, Marv. Let's get into preseason before we start, you know, throwing that kind of into the universe. Like, we want to see these guys get some live reps against opposing defenses. Right now, you know, we've heard some good things. We've heard some bad things, you know, but it looks as though Gardner's starting to come to life. Yesterday was real football, finally, for the first time. I mean, real football, a scrimmage amongst our offense and defense, right? And he looked good out there. I still think that Aiden's going to win this job. I do. I think they're going to value him taking care of the football over, you know, the inconsistencies with Gardner turning the football over. And I think that's why Aiden is going to have, you know, first rank as the quarterback one going into the season. I don't think that AP wants to have his defense on the football field more than he has to. You know what I'm saying? And Gardner's definitely going to turn the football over. It's already, we've seen it in camp early on. He will turn the football over. Even yesterday, yes, Aiden threw 2 picks. But if you look back through training camp, he used to do a lot less than Gardner Minshew, right? Minshew had one yesterday, yes. And, oh, mind you guys, too, crazy. Jack Jones returned a kick to the crib yesterday. I've said it numerous times. I do not want our corner one out there returning kicks wasted, but he took one to the house yesterday, bro.
Yeah. He is that kind of athlete. He's big time. He's box office when it comes to that. the thing about it is in this day and age, the guys like Deion Sanders and stuff, they're one-on-ones, man. Rob Woodson, Deion Sanders, these guys are the top crust of Hall of Fame guys, right?
Mhm.
Even in the Hall of Fame, they're guys that are lauded and looked at in that manner. I don't want to see Jack Jones back there at all, ever, because man, he's one of the single most important parts of this defense. If we can't defend the pass, bro, and we're getting torched all the time, and when you get those talented wide receivers, that Jack Jones is a guy that can stay step for step with pretty much anybody. We're in big trouble, man.
Back to the quarterback position real quick, you guys. I want to state this. Most of the picks that Aiden has thrown up to this point have been long balls, pretty much just gimmies. Just throw it up, try to make a play out of nothing. This is training camp. A lot of his success up to this point has been short, quick, intermediate passes. He's got Mayer involved, Tucker involved, Brock Bowers, Dylan Lowby involved. He was even, getting, I think he got DJ Turner involved as well. So a lot of short, intermediate stuff with Aiden at this point. But it looks like most of his picks up to this point in training camp has been kind of just trying to get rid of the football and trying to make a play. I don't see that going into the regular season. I don't. I could be wrong, and maybe I'm giving too much credit to Aiden O'Connell, which maybe he doesn't deserve. But all I'm saying is this. I believe in the kid. I think he's going to be fine. I would rather have somebody out there that doesn't turn the football over all the damn time.
Especially with a defensive football team like this. It's one thing if you have a quarterback who has a penance for throwing interceptions.
Yes.
If he's an explosive kind of you have an explosive offense. You have those guys like Tyreek Hill where they can just erase, everything, right?
Yeah.
You just throw a bomb up to them. We don't have that kind of offense. We have 3 yards in a cloud of dust, run the football, ball control, take care of the football. Taking care of the football is a premium to me than making dynamic plays. The only thing about Gardner Minshew that a lot of people don't mention, because we've seen Gardner Minshew, we've seen a lot more of his sample size of what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing about this Raider offensive line is that they're going to be the deciding factor whether Gardner Minshew can be effective, because the one thing people say when they talk about the Indianapolis Colts, they talk about how effective he was for the Colts, and that sounds great. But if you look at what the Colts have up front, they have one of the better offensive lines in football.
Mm-hmm.
They have established guys. They have, one of the best guards in the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And the rest of that line is very, very talented.
Yeah.
That is what's going to be the linchpin, because if Gardner's running for his life, he is the kind of quarterback that will turn the football over. He fumbles, he throws errant passes, and he's a gambler. And that's sometimes that's a great thing for an offense. But for our kind of field position, run the football, ball control, that's not great for us. We can't have our team in the shadow of his own end zone trying to defend after they just got off the field.
I got to give Gardner some credit as well. The pick that he threw yesterday went through his receiver's hands, so I don't think it was too much on Gardner, and that was a pick by Jack Jones. So Jack Jones has been having a hell of a camp up to this point. Yesterday, returning the kick to the crib, comes up with a pick. Big things in the works with Jack Jones this upcoming season. Salute to Hug D's, my brother, man, gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Green Dot Gang, man. Salute to all the Green Dot Gang members here in the chat, man. Salute to Omar as well. We can never draft the obvious player until that changes. We won't go anywhere. We were offered 19 in the second to trade down. Brock is good, but no proven quarterback. There was no proven quarterback where we were anyway. Yeah. What do you mean by that? And there's no proven quarterback yet at all in this class. No one's proven anything. Yeah. And also, Brock Bowers was the best player available. So what do you mean good? He's going to be great.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro.
You're having a down day, You're having a down day,
Yeah. I'm be honest with you, bro. If you're telling me that I can get the next Travis Kelce, or I can have Mitty McMid a lot at quarterback, I pick the next Travis Kelce, bro.
Yeah, there you have it. There you have it. Salute to man. You are definitely having a down day, man. Get your shit together, we love you, King. Get right. Salute to everybody here in the building. Salute to Frank. We need a quarterback that can cook, that doesn't keep our defense on the field all game. Well, let me say this, Frank. I love what Wasted said yesterday. I think it was in a group chat or a couple of days ago, that we're trying to build this thing like the Niners did, right? In their image. Build a stout defense, put together a nice ground game, and whatever quarterback that you have that can fit that scheme, you put him out there, rookie deal, and try and make it work. I do believe that Wasted was on to something. I think we're trying to build this in the image of the likes of a 49ers team who has one of the best defenses in the NFL and has one of the better ground games. We don't have a CMC by any means, but I like what we're doing putting that room together.
But you know what? Before there was a CMC, there was an Elijah Mitchell, and they were in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Raiders really, and other teams across the league, need to really invest in this model, because if you look at sustained excellence, right? They might have not won a Super Bowl, but the sustained excellence, when you look at that, you look at them and you look at the Ravens, and that's how the Ravens do things as well. The rest of their roster is greater than the sum of its parts in the quarterback room, and they got to a situation where their team was great. They had, kind of mid quarterback play, and they were able to take a gamble on a dynamic player in Lamar Jackson. And now he's a 2-time league MVP because they were able to make that investment in him. I think when you draft young quarterbacks, when you have to put the follies of 20 or 30 years of ineptitude on the shoulders of a young player, that's normally a recipe for disaster.
Yep.
And if you look at a guy like a Joe Burrow, right? And really quick, Graham, this is the thing. Joe Burrow did not go into your father's Cincinnati Bengals.
No.
Right? He went into your grandfather's Cincinnati Bengals, the Ken Anderson, Boomer Esiason. He went into a situation where they had some success. They had a down year or two, and he went into an organization who wasn't rudderless. We need to get out of being rudderless. And then we can focus on that quarterback, man. I think the Raiders are doing the right thing, man. I have no problem with either of these guys starting.
Yeah, facts. And if it was easy to go out there and get one of the better quarterbacks in the world, everybody would do it, you guys. It's a difficult task to figure out that position. But I think we're on to something great. And I think that it all starts with the defense. Got to give some credit to Vic also, man. He was out there, Vic Tafer. I want to put a few tweets out there. Once again, Kitan, man, he's been balling. O'Connell hit him with a 15-yard play action. A few other plays he made yesterday. Big day by Palamau. He's been having a great training camp. Nice hit on Madison. And then he came down with a pick on a deep ball by O'Connell. That's great. You want to see Palamau, coming up. He's a UDFA, right? I mean, he'll be a free agent at the end of the year. I think all of our guys pretty much at this point, the top safeties in this group are going to be free agents next year. But it's always great to see young Palamau out there moving and shaking. Minshew has used his legs a lot already, you guys. He's ran for a few first downs. It's funny. Vic was saying, O'Connell, it's your turn. Just kind of kind of waiting on it. Crosby came down with a sack on a pretty hard hit on Minshew yesterday after being held by Mumford. Spillane then knocks White's helmet off after the catch in a decent game. So, little offense, little defense. Also, Vic stated that Anthony Brown started off with a pretty rollout pass, and then after that, it was completely all defense. And our guy, Trey Taylor, made a play, knocked the ball loose on a nice coverage play. So it's great to see Trey out there causing turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Lobby, once again, him and Turner out there getting some sideline passes. Kiting another one down the middle. Nice couple days for the rookie, Vic Tafer said, man, on Twitter. So good. And yesterday, man, our kicker, man, a few years ago, we were bragging, about having one of the better kickers, in the league. You know what I'm saying? And this is no knock at all on Daniel Carlson. But he missed a 50-yarder yesterday. And last year, Wasted, he missed a few. Remember, we were kind of like,
yeah, he was starting to get a little shaky last year.
Yeah, so that is something to monitor. I'm hoping that he gets it together and, goes into the season ready to go. And one of those picks yesterday came on 3rd and 15. AOC wrote out, just threw it up. Once again, this is what one of those picks were, you guys. He just kind of threw a gimme. Guess who came down with the football? Wasted?
I don't know. Who came down with the football, Graphk?
MJ Devonshire, the guy that we've been saying, ball hawk out of Pittsburgh.
That is right. And bang zoom, Graphk. Great. Bang zoom. Let me tell you something, man. That kid is going to carve a rollout for himself this year. Man. Both of these kids, man, when you got a guy that's as physically talented, you know what I'm saying, as these guys are, man. Because you see Devonshire, his tape when he's at Pitt, he's just making plays. He's got a magnet for the football, bro. And that's the kind of guy that you want playing on your football team, your defense. Grab really quickly, man. I normally don't.
I seen it.
I normally don't. I don't do this.
You know what we're going to do? We're just going to do this.
Unceremoniously blocked the F out of here, yonder.
One thing you don't do over here is question our fandom. We don't play around with that.
Get out of
You
here.
can talk anything you want, all the trash you want in the chat. One thing you do not do is question either of our fandoms. We love this team. Stop playing with it. Salute the pace. I understand that our quarterbacks don't look great right now, but if either of these quarterbacks light up our defense ever, is honestly going to worry me more than anything. This is facts. Facts. And guess this is the thing. Week 1, they play the Chargers, right? We don't know what the Chargers defense is going to look like. Last year, it looked like ass. I think Harbaugh is going to figure it out and that's probably going to be the strength of that team. Yeah. But I think we'll be okay. Back-to-back weeks in week 1 and week 2 are going to be telling because we got them in Baltimore, 2 stout defenses. Then it gets a little easier with Carolina, even though I do believe that their defense is kind of underrated. You know what I'm saying? But they're facing one of the better defenses at camp every day with our Raiders. This is only going to make them that much better. Yeah,
man. I think the worry from Raider Nation really is a little misplaced, because what it's showing us is that, hey, we got some talented football players on the offensive side of this team as well, right? Mm-hmm. So that means that, hey, guess what? Our defense is going to cause problems for the offense too.
Yeah.
Like Antonio Pierce said a few weeks ago, don't worry about our quarterback. Worry about yours.
Yep. I love it. And yes, there is a lot of conflicting reports out there, you guys, but guess what? Everybody looks at the game differently. Hondo has said Aiden's winning. Then he said that they've both been struggling. Other guys have said Aiden is winning this job. Then Paul Gutierrez at ESPN comes out and says Gardner Minshew looks like he's going to win the number 1 spot up to this point. So there are conflicting reports. At the end of the day, everyone looks at the game. Everybody analyzes the game differently. I'm going to go with the majority vote at this point. I'm going to go with Aiden. Yes, Minshew had a good practice yesterday. He did in scrimmage. But all I'm saying is up to this point, we've heard more about Aiden looking better and protecting the football over Minshew going out there and throwing pick after pick. So all I'm saying is this. Everyone looks at the game differently. There's only so much that we can take from anybody. There's only so much you guys can take from our opinions. Everybody has their own opinion on the way football needs to be played. At the end of the day, we're going to see more of it. And there you go. Put the sunshine, the sunrise emojis up there at the end of the day. But, but preseason is going to be telling you guys.
But you see, this is the only thing for me, right, Graphk? And this is what I've been saying the whole time. When you have a starting quarterback, right? The training camp, people talk about, like back in the day, they have quarterback competitions, and there hasn't been a real quarterback competition in the NFL in a bunch of years, because most of the time they say it's a quarterback competition, but it's no competition. This guy's a starter. This guy was drafted a certain year, which even if the guy sucks, they're like, hey man, look man, we drafted this guy with a first round pick. We got to make sure that we do everything we can to support this kid.
Yeah,
this is not what we have here, right? But to be honest with you, I'm going to need for us to make a decision of who they're going to roll with and start tailoring the offense towards that person pretty damn quick.
I agree.
Because I don't want this going into the 3rd preseason game. Really, to be honest with you, after the first preseason game, I think they should pretty much know who's who and what's what. And I want to see these guys play a long time in these preseason games. I do. Right. I do, man.
I think they are. We'll see a little Anthony Brown. We'll see a little Anthony Brown in the second half of some game. We'll see Bradley, the UDFA out of South Alabama. But I do believe you're going to see quarters. A quarter of Minshew, a quarter of Aiden O'Connell. Then you'll kind of see, the 3rd and 4th guys on the depth chart kind of being seen at the end of these games. But we're going to see these guys a lot, and rightfully so. They should be out there. There's no clear-cut starter. Go out there and win this shit. Salute to Nomad. Brady didn't come up under a microscope. Give AOC some time to develop. This is facts. Facts, man. Salute to Nomad on the $5 holla, man. Appreciate the 800+ people here in the building, you guys. Wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet. And salute to Mark. Our guy says, man, support BetUS. Yes, man. Salute to our proud sponsor. This show on both sides, you guys, is powered by BetUS. Salute to our people over there, our sponsor for this 2024 season, man.
Man, you know what's crazy about BetUS, man? BetUS has a very, very comprehensive little program that they're running, man. I think for me going forward, I know, I believe in BetUS and they're going to be listen, I like to do a little bit of gambling here and there. I will be doing my gambling with BetUS going forward, man. I'm going to tell you, man, see, people don't realize something about what they've been bringing to the table lately, man.
Hold on. What do they bring to the table, Mr. Wasted?
They're bringing the fastest payouts in the industry, 125% sign-up bonus up to $2,000. And for all my guys out there, because a lot of y'all in the ethos that I'm in deal with crypto, 200% crypto bonus as well.
Word?
Fast and easy deposits and withdrawal process, so they don't play around with your money at all.
Jeez.
24/7 personalized service, 365 days of the damn year.
Say
man.
what?
Wagering on all major games. And they have one of the most comprehensive sports books, if not the most comprehensive sports book out of all the other gambling platforms. Let me tell you guys something, man.
Tell them.
You guys also can get your own personalized account manager and also get 10% of your net losses back twice a year. What the heck are you guys waiting for? Go out there to BetUS. Hey, Hug D's, do me a favor. It's in the chat right there. BetUS.com, man. And guys, guess what? Before the end of the show, my next show, I'm going to show you guys how the website looks. I'm going to pull it up on the screen share and show you guys. Go on over there, support BetUS. We believe in them. That is the reason why they are our sponsor. Yep. And you guys should too.
And real quick, pause for the cause, y'all.
Michael Vick here at BetUS.com. Get it all. Huge bonuses, great odds, a race book, live in-game betting, and a casino. BetUS, my online sports book and casino.
Boom.
Hey, submit. Salute to everybody here in the building, y'all. As always, we appreciate you guys. We have a lot still to unpack on this show, so stay tuned. Thank you to everybody here rocking with us. As always, we see the Green Dot Gang heavy. It seems like every name in here is a member. Salute to you guys. If you want to become a member of both our channels, hit the link. It's pinned up top on both sides, and we definitely appreciate all you guys. Salute to 10 Commandments, my dog. If we can't have it both, we can't have it both ways. Would you have been happier if the defense was getting cooked? At least our defense can get the ball back for the O to try again. Talk that shit, 10 Commandments.
And bro, that's the reason why, for me, everybody's worried, everybody's panicking. I'm not. Because we knew going into this model and this iteration of the Raiders that we are a defensive first football team. Previous to this, we had a guy that we thought was taking the ascension to being one of the best, quarterbacks in the league. We thought we had the answer solved at quarterback. Every year we would go and add people on offense, and it's like, this offense is going to be great, right? That's not what we're dealing with here. We already know that we are probably a middle-of-the-road offense, but we're a top-of-the-crust defense, and they're playing like that. So basically, to me, I'm happy because defensive football, people say offense wins in the National Football League, offense, all the rules of the offense. But if you look at the teams that are perennially going to Super Bowls and going deep in the playoffs, they have stout defenses. Yeah. The things about football that have always been have never been forgotten. The Kansas City Chiefs have a great defense. They have a young defense. They have a talented defense, and they're good up front. They have one of the better offensive lines of football. Damn the fact that they have Patrick Mahomes, which you can't take that away. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the league, right? The 49ers, great defense. Ravens, great defense, right? You can keep going. Even the Dolphins don't have a great defense, but they have some talent on the defensive side.
Oh, and even when the Kansas City offense was struggling last year, guess who they leaned on? The defense.
The defense.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it's just like the women in our lives. They lean on the D. Big Zoom. I've been away way too long. Thank you. I've been away, folks.
Bang Zoom. Salute to everybody here. Also, let's just kill this narrative. We've done it before, but once again, I'm starting to see people put these pictures together and all these jersey swap stuff, okay? Dak Prescott is not going to be a Raider, you guys. He's not. I don't think that they believe in Trey like that. I've heard that Trey hasn't looked too well out here. I could be wrong, but I'm just saying people locally in the Dallas area have told me that Trey is not ready to go yet. The young pup they went and traded for the Niners, right? He's not ready to go. There is a lot of question marks surrounding Dak right now because they are looking at CeeDee Lamb. They're trying to extend him first. They're looking at other players to extend before their quarterback. That says a lot about what they think about Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, Dak's deal may be a little bit more difficult to put together with CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to say this. Until they have a separate salary cap for quarterbacks, I don't even want to look at the thought of bringing in a $50-60 million a year type quarterback unless there's a separate salary cap. I'm not paying that kind of money for the production you're going to get out of a Dak Prescott. And I was actually shocked. Wait, did you see the top 10 players list? Dak was like number 5 or number 6 on players voting. The top 10 players. Dak was like number 5. Maybe I'm just missing.
Nah, Dak Prescott is a damn good quarterback, right?
I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying he's not.
I know you feel that way, right? But the numbers tell us differently, right? But numbers can be deceiving. Right? You got a bunch of players in the league who are playing against this guy, right? And they're telling us that he's a good player. You know, you have a lot of people in the media who, if Dak Prescott was Josh Allen, right, they would be all over him. But a lot of times, I think the way that you're viewed in the National Football League is based off of where you were drafted initially. Yeah. And I hate to say that. Like, I remember, I can harken back to the days when Tom Brady came into the National Football League.
Yeah.
And it took them probably 6 or 7 years to just admit that he was the best quarterback in the damn league. It took them a while, bro. Oh, Peyton Manning is just so much better pre-snap, and it's all because of Belichick. It's because of the defense. It's because of this, because of that. It's like, well, hey, man, listen, no disrespect to Peyton Manning. Yeah, he's lighting it up, but Brady's winning all the jewelry.
Yeah. So
I think that has a lot to do with the perception of what Dak Prescott is, because he's a guy who came into the league. Was he a 4th-round pick? Right.
Yeah. So I have to apologize. It was top 10 quarterbacks. They had Dak at 5. So it wasn't players overall. So that makes more sense, even though this list is kind of crazy.
Either which way you slice it.
Bro, they had Joe Burrow.
That's great. That's the most.
Joe Burrow at 10.
Bro, that to me is the most telling thing, because that's the most important position in sports, being a quarterback. So if they have him 5, that's a pretty great company for him to be in. But this is the problem, man, when you start talking about, you know, signing a player who is on his 2nd or 3rd contract in the National Football League. You don't normally get the right return on investment from quarterbacks when you go get a free agent quarterback that is a top of the crust guy as far as pay. You know, do you think that the Jets are going to get the return on their investment that they made in Aaron Rodgers?
No.
I mean, like,
in terms of money, I mean, in terms of selling merch and tickets and all, I don't think they're going to end up with a Super Bowl.
But if the metric is winning football games, winning Super Bowls, do you think they're going to get that? I don't think so.
No.
Most of the time, when you get a quarterback that wins you a Super Bowl, most of the time is a guy that you drafted and or a guy that you picked up off the scrap heap who nobody thought was going to be as good as they are. Now, the one team who got a return on investment was Matthew Stafford. But guess what? That was by trade. And to be honest with you, the guy that you traded took you to a Super Bowl and was the number 1 pick in the draft.
That's funny, because if you look at the top 12 wasted, all right, the first 3 can be debated. I don't understand in any world how Mahomes is behind Lamar Jackson. I'm sorry. I understand the elusiveness and the athleticism.
MVP shit. No,
but come on, man. Like Pat is the best quarterback in the league. But they had Lamar Jackson at 1. This is players voted top 10 quarterbacks. They had Mahomes at 2. They had Josh Allen at 3. I understand that. 4, Jalen Hurts. 5, Dak Prescott. But every quarterback outside of one guy, I would rather have over Dak Prescott. Number 6, CJ Stroud. I'm taking him over Prescott all day, every day. Brock Purdy. I would take him over Dak Prescott. Jordan Love. I'm taking him over Dak Prescott.
No. Whoa.
Tua? No. Hell no. No.
Hold on. Hold the phone, Grab. You're telling me that you would take.
Yes. Don't go to the stats. I don't want to hear.
I'm not. No, Doug. You're gonna take Brock Purdy over Dak Prescott without Kyle Shanahan. The F are you talking
I'm going off the version that we have right now. I'm not saying that he'll look this. I'm going off the player he was an MVP candidate last year, bro. What are we talking about?
Yo, Dak Prescott was an MVP candidate too. Yeah, Dak Prescott had numbers that would commiserate to Patrick Mahomes. Listen, bro, stop, bro. Dak Prescott is probably 230 pounds. He's an infinitely better athlete than Brock Purdy. And Brock Purdy is a guy that has every weapon in the goddamn book. No. Listen, I can't listen. Brock Purdy, look, man, he's been doing well, but that's all Kyle Shanahan to me. If you take Brock Purdy and put him anywhere else, he's a terrible quarterback.
How do you know? We haven't seen it. So either way, I'm taking Brock.
You will see it. You will see it. I mean, this guy has Brandon Ayuk. He has George Kittle. He got Debo. Freaking, I mean, goddamn, bro. Like, who has a better skill position set than this guy in the league?
You're high today, and we understand.
Listen, bro. I will take Justin Fields over Brock Purdy. Justin Fields. All right, I'm capping. Right?
That jet lag is kicking your bohemian ass.
No, listen, Dak Prescott is a better player than Brock Purdy. I don't give a shit what you say.
There's only a few players on here. Like I would have Joe Burrow for sure. I would take this version of Stafford because he's older. I want it, but the Matthew Stafford that we know, I would take him over Dak. Interesting. Would you have Goff or Dak?
I like Jared Goff.
I take Goff.
It depends on the money, right? It depends on the money. To be honest with you, I would probably take Jared Goff because I like his accuracy and I like his toughness and I like that he's a pocket quarterback and that travels.
Yeah. And he can also utilize his legs if need be. I've seen him make plays with his legs.
Yeah, but Dak is better at that too.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not saying I'm just saying.
You don't like Dak Prescott, bro.
I don't.
You don't. And this is the same thing you do with certain players, bro. You have to take off the Graphk Raider bias.
What? I like the human being.
Disgusting.
I like the human being.
Disgusting.
And the human being is a phenomenal person.
You got Brock Purdy.
Look at the quota. I don't like Dak. I like the quota.
Bro, you have fucking Brock Purdy over Dakota Prescott.
Yes.
Over Dakota Rain Prescott.
Yes.
Why the fuck do I know his whole name?
Salute to Darth Raider. Top 10 defense is hard to believe. Exciting times. Salute to our guy. This is facts. Salute to C, the Glazinator.
Oh, yes. Dr. DJ Glazenstein is going to be in the place, man.
He said, bring back Tack, defensive tack. Hold on. You talking about Tack McKinley, bro? See, I know you're not talking about no Tack McKinley, bro.
No, Takaris McKinley. Is he even in the league still?
I don't think so. And he was once a Raider. Remember that whole situation where he came, he failed his what's that called, all over the place, and then he just magically passed with us, and then you didn't see him anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
nasty work.
Come on, man. Kyle took Jimmy to the bowl, bro.
Yeah, man. Grav, you wilding, bro.
You wilding, King.
Nah,
you
agreeing with me. You wilding about that Brock Purdy shit.
You agreeing with me, bro? You said. I repeat. You said. Who would you rather have over him?
Who?
You said it.
Wait, I'm kidding around, dog. I wouldn't rather have Justin Fields.
No. You got cooked, and then you was like, I was just playing. We not doing
that. You definitely didn't cook me at all, bro. The only thing you cooking is rocks if you think you cooked me, because that did not happen, bro. Get the F out of here.
You about to get unceremoniously brocked. Salute to Ty. I gotta agree with Wasted. I thought he was gonna say Docs over Purdy. I was like that.
Nah, listen, you're a hero in your own mind.
You can take it, turn it into salad.
Sanity here. It's effing Graphk, man.
Man, I don't want
to set you straight. The F is going on here.
I don't want nothing to do with it. Salute to my guy Ty, man. Hey, hope you feeling better as well, brother. Salute to you on that DM you sent to me in East Coast. We love you. We appreciate you, bro, and we're praying for you always, man. Salute to our brother Ty Davis here in the building. I want to ask you this, man. Something broke the other day with the top 100 players. Okay, Devontae was at what, 40, I believe. I think we only had 3 players in the top 100. Christian Wilkins was at the end of the row, but Devontae was at 40, which we definitely agree with. He should have been a top 20 player going by this list, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have a player that finally cracks the top 10 in Max Crosby. I think he's climbed this ladder year in and year out, right? I mean, he went from, I forgot where he was, like in the 70s to the 40s to like top 10.
That Raider tax.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't have a problem with this, because at this point, you got Kelsey at 9, you have TJ Watt at 8, you have Trent Williams at 7, Chris Jones at 6, Myles Garrett at 5, and then you get a slew of quarterbacks and a few other positional guys. I don't have a problem with this. Wait, so how do you feel about Max being number 10 with those list of players that are future Hall of Famers? You know what I mean? In front of
this is all bullshit and fodder for NFL Network. F it. It means nothing. It means nothing to me as a fan, because I know what I look at every week.
He was 17 last year.
I know what I look at every week. I know what I look at. And I know that, like you're telling me Devontae Adams and Matt, like, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is an accumulative vote, and it's all this, wizardry and bullshit that they do because it's a television show, and it makes for great fodder on podcasts. And I don't mean to be too logical about it, but it means nothing to me, because I know when I see Max Crosby, he is a transformative player.
Yeah.
transformative. There are not many players in the league who can change the temperature of the room just by how their actions are. You have a lot of guys that are very good and they put up stats and they do great work. But this guy came into the Raiders locker room and changed it.
Yeah.
Yo, he's 1 or 2 and he ain't 2.
I'm just shocked by the top 5. Like that Garrett at 5 is the best, pass rusher in the top 100, which we've had this conversation before between him, Watt, and Max. We're not going to do it again. They had Patty at 4. You know what I mean? They had Christian McCaffrey at 3, which he's the best, back in the league by a long stretch, but Lamar at 2. So they had Lamar ahead of Patrick Mahomes. This is the second list that we looked at. They have Lamar over him, coming off of an MVP. I understand why they have him there, but Patrick Mahomes has to be at 1. I'm sorry. That Tyreek Hill at 1.
You got one game, your life's on the line, right?
Bro, Tyreek at 1. Tyreek at 1.
Come on. The only thing he number 1 at is dropping watermelon seeds and women. That's it, man. That man is single-handedly repopulating South Florida.
Earth. Yeah.
Yo, listen, man. This guy is going to be like Sam Adams down in Florida. You're going to have descendants of Tyreek Hill for hundreds and hundreds of years, man.
On Tyreek Hill Kemp.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
That is the Samuel.
The rain man. He's just raining watermelon seeds.
Ibrahim himself. This dude is going to be the father of all. The All-Father. This be unbelievable, man. He got women walking around with watermelon bellies all up and down. And this is the thing. He better not ever go on like the DNA websites, like what they call it, 23andMe.
Oh my God.
It might be 48andMe. He might have 48 kids. He have 40. The only thing he never won at is dropping watermelon seeds, man.
Tyreek does not believe in condominiums, you guys.
No, not at all, man. This man,
at all.
He's
no condominiums in his near future. He's just out there.
King beef. That's
King
what he's doing.
sushi.
He's beefing.
King sushi, man. He just
gush. Splash. That's it. Yeah.
Yo, salute to everybody here in the building, man. Y'all already know we appreciate you guys. As always, wipe them feet, y'all. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to both channels yet. What are y'all waiting on? It's free. Doesn't hurt. It helps us stay in the algorithm. Once again, also salute to our proud sponsor, BetUS. This live stream on both sides is powered by BetUS, man. So salute to them. Did you guys see Hondo's podcast? No, I did not. Hondo always uploads his videos at like 4 a.m, bro. Like, I'm not up for that. Like, I'm not like, then I'll see it later on and there's already like a million other videos I need to catch up on. So I'm like, I don't get an opportunity to catch them all. You know what I'm saying? I try to hit Hondo up as much as I can and just DM or text him or DM him and just ask what he's seeing and what he thinks. I can't keep up with all the videos. We do so many as well. It's just difficult to watch them.
When we text him, he says, Graphk, I just want to let you know I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Hey, I want to ask you guys this.
Uncle Hondo, shout out to him, though.
I want to ask you guys this because remember the other day, Max was screaming at the tent. There was someone that put an article out there, okay? Pretty much saying that Glaze had got a few reps out of Max, okay? Max took that personal. It was a rumor floating around. Well, it's not a rumor. It's clear cut. It happened that he went to the tent and he was screaming at the media. And there was one person in particular. We're not going to say name. We're not going to say. We'll let you guys be the guest of this.
You'll surmise what you like.
Yeah, guess this, and maybe I'll blink my eyes 3 times if somebody gets it right. You know, we'll do something. But all I'm gonna say is he pinpointed one specific beat writer. Okay, and it's hilarious who he went after because and the guy is the one that actually wrote the article. So I think this is kind of easy to put it out there who he was talking about. But dog, he went in on bruh. Like he went in on bruh. Apparently called him all kinds of. Let me read this. Let me read this text that was presented to me real quick. Okay. Max called out a reporter for a story on about DJ Glaze holding his own on Tuesday. Max went to the would get a would-be sack at practice and said, "Write that down, bitch. Write that down, bitch." And there was some other stuff that we won't repeat. You know, it's even worse than that. You know, coming from where we from, you can't.
So do you think it could have been this guy?
No, it's not Florio. It's not Florio.
You sure?
No, it's not the puppet
Going
master.
once, going twice, sold.
It's not the puppet master. No. Hey, King Josh. Hey, we gotta have some fun with that.
Shout out to Graphk for the worst secret ever kept in the history of the world.
Gotta have some fun with it, man. You know, salute to Max, man, for call. And to be real with you, I have to say this: the article wasn't even bad. It wasn't at all. There has to be some bad blood there, but previous things, because there was no reason to call him out of his name and do all that.
Bro, listen, man. Listen, yo, there's some people who are dogs. Jerry West said this best. He goes, you know, they say everybody's a dog nowadays. He goes, I'm a wolf. I eat dogs. Max is a wolf.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that Jordan pettiness. That's what you need to be great. I love to hear that shit, man.
Yeah, me too.
I love it.
You know, I'll talk about that right now, but funny, absolutely hilarious. Let me ask you this, Wasted. This week, football is back for us, man. Saturday, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific time. We got the Raiders in Minnesota. First preseason game. Give me some takes, man. What are you looking at, you know, going forward with what we've seen thus far out of training camp? What are some name 3 things you're most excited about going into Minnesota to face them?
Man, I'm excited to see this offensive line go up against live bullets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about that because this offensive line is you know, right up there at the top of the heap of what's most important for the Raiders this year. I also want to see some of the young pups in the defensive secondary. I want to see DeCameron Richardson. You know, I want to see him. I want to see our guy Jacorian Bennett go out there and take this job, right? And what I
no PIs wasted, none, please.
Yeah.
It's been an issue again.
That's a part of taking the job. That's a part of taking that job, man. And the thing is, there's nuance in everything you do in life, right? Somebody's always doing a pass interference. Somebody's always holding. It's learning how to have the sleight of the hand and know how to get away with it in plain sight, right? Yeah. So that's a big thing I want to look at. And also, look, man, at the end of the day, the one thing we all want to see is who's going to take the reins and take this job at quarterback. Yeah. And so for me, I want to see the offense move. I want to see it be fluid. I want to see them get in and out of their breaks well. And I want to see things like ball placement and I want to see arm strength. I want to see if Aiden O'Connell, and this is more so for Aiden O'Connell, because I know what I'm getting with Gardner Minshew. And I think Gardner Minshew actually flourishes in that relief pitcher role. There's some quarterbacks that flourish in that. I don't think that he's a guy that you want to go into your season with the start. I think he's the guy that if your quarterback goes down, you know that if he's out for 3, 4, 5 games, he can win you the majority of those games. I think that is where the genius of Gardner Minshew lies. I want to see Aiden O'Connell take this job.
I love it. Who do you think starts?
I think Aiden O'Connell takes the job because it makes more sense financially for the Raiders, really, to be honest with you, to try to develop a talent that is in his second year. You know what you get.
I just mean Minnesota. Just Minnesota. Who gets first reps?
First reps, I think it's going to be Aiden O'Connell, 100%.
Okay. 100%. I'm cool with that. A few players that I'm interested in watching moving forward, this going towards this Minnesota game, you guys, I'm definitely excited about watching DJ Glaze. Like I'm hearing so much great things about him out of camp. And this is a guy that could potentially really fight for that starting right tackle spot or potentially one of the guard spots. Let's just say Parham doesn't, or JPJ isn't ready and you got to move Parham back to the left side, right? Glaze could potentially start at guard. I'm excited about watching him. Dylan, this is going to be a fun season watching him. I'm really hyped up to watch him. Another guy, man, Britton Brown. I know a lot of people may not agree with me, but another guy that scored a lot of touchdowns at UCLA, was a nice red zone threat for them. We kind of liken him to Latavius Murray a lot over here. Excited to see what he can do in first preseason game. Chris Smith, a guy that seems like he's kind of fell out of favor out there at the safety position. What is he going to do? What is he going to look like out there against this Minnesota O? I want to see what and I'm watching very closely Tommy Eichenberg, baby.
Yeah. I mean, Eichenberg already, you can already see, you're hearing in practice. I was watching some of the tape, Eichenberg batting the ball down. You know, look, you can see from the film breakdown we did that he is a guy that does not, when you talk about the instincts of being a linebacker and understanding the position, that's a guy that he's going to hit the ground running with that. Yeah. And if the physicality matches up with that, then you got a starter right there. They've addressed the linebacker position. That's why, conversely, to piggyback off what you're saying, Divine Diablo's a guy that needs to show up to really make his bones on his team because Tommy Eichenberg is coming from that spot.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Wilder, man.
Pause.
Good now. All we need is Max. Pause. All we need is Max to call out right the Penguin and herd the turd. Salute to Wilder, my guy, man, on the $5 holla. Appreciate you. This is facts. Ty, yes, there's a lot of conflicting reports, okay? But once again, we're going to say a salute to my guy, Mikey, here in the building, my dog. I got to say this. Once again, people look at everything differently.
Opinions are subjective.
Yes.
Opinions are subjective, man. Like I'll give you an example, right? Like Graphk and I, right? We just had a discussion about 2 quarterbacks, right? So there's the facts of the matter that you have a guy that's played at an MVP level, right? Without a myriad of talent around him.
Yeah.
And then you have another guy who has the best assortment of skill position players in the National Football League and one of the best offensive minds in the National Football League. And Graphk can say that he's great and he can strip all of that away. And I can look at that other guy and say, you know what? He's still ass. But the only difference between that is, Ty, is that I'm right and he's wrong.
See,
bang, zoom. I'm sorry.
It's funny. I knew where this was going, and I swear to God, I checked out, and I didn't even listen to anything you said.
I know, but it's not for you. It's for the audience.
Okay, that's great. Salute to the chat for hearing that, because I didn't hear any of it. All I heard was
I'm wrong. I'm right. That's
all I heard was bang zoom. So,
right.
Ty, let me say this: we always, Hondo's a friend of the show. We have a lot of love for Hondo. Q is really good at his job as well. I'm gonna agree with Q at this point because, I think Hondo is saying that from a viewing point of I expect more out of the offense, and I think Q is coming from a perspective of Minshew went out there and threw a couple touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? The offense is starting to gel here and there. So I think it's just 2 different ways of looking at the situation. Hondo saying, I believe in this offense. I think it should be better than what it is. And Q saying, shit, hey, they're doing okay. They put up a couple tutties on the defense. Harrison Bryant came down with one and so on and so forth. So I just think it's just a different viewing point, different perspective. I'm not going to disrespect either one of those guys. I respect what they both do. I'm just going to say at the end of the day, man, there goes the Sunshine Gang in the chat again. View the game how you view the game. I'm not going to fight anybody else for how they look at this game and how it's presented to them.
That's a fact. I mean, listen, man, there's a right way to view the game. There's a wrong way to view the game. Now, most of the time, the right way to view the game is my opinion.
I checked out. So I don't even know what the fuck is going on right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Audience, you guys are listening. You guys always listen. Pay no attention to this guy. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Yes, Solomon, Hondo, and Q are definitely great guys, great correspondents for the Raiders, man. Facts. Hondo is underselling how good the defense is on this one. I think Hondo understands how great this defense is. I think he's just looking at it from the offensive side of the football. Sometimes it's okay to just say, I'm talking about the offense and not referring to the defense. Look, we know how great this defense is supposed to be. It is what it is. Yeah, right. I low key.
No, he's high key fed up with wasted. You talk about flying out the Jersey and getting beat up.
Hey, if y'all would have heard the conversation before we hit the live button, it was absolutely chaotic. I told Wasted, I'm flying out there. We putting the gloves on. And we squaring up. Salute to my big bro. I can't stand this fucking ass. But it's my guy though. Salute to Frank. My feet wiped on both channels, man. Salute to my guy. I still want to know why you said Q don't like. Oh, Federal. I didn't say that he didn't like me. Just people do their own thing. Look, at the end of the day, man, he's working. He doesn't owe anybody.
We don't know each other. Man.
Yeah, no,
it's no. I got love for everybody that's putting out the real work in Raider Nation. All of these guys that are doing that job, these guys deserve everything they get. They went to school. They're journalists. They're putting in their work. Have we taken the road less traveled when it comes to covering this team? Yeah, we're kind of like we're kind of like the people who came over here and established something a little different, right? Because it's a new medium. Yeah. But I got a lot of respect for what they do. But guess what? I got a lot of respect for what we do too, and that's the only thing, man.
Yeah, I'll say this. I understand now in terms of where we are with this. I understand now why people move solo and don't do a million different things. They just focus on their job and their job alone because shit gets tricky. Politics are weird. I respect anyone that just says, I'm putting my head down, I'm going to work. And that's what Q does. And there's no problems at all. Much respect.
Shout out to Q, man. Shout out to him, man. Eventually, bro, you know how it is. This is a very small community. Guys that are actually doing this covering this team at a certain level. It's a very small community. And we all tend to cross paths. I'm sure he's a pleasant, great guy.
Yeah, we were supposed to do a show with him at the Ahern, but we couldn't make it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was supposed to be a Graphk wasted and Graphk and Q show at the Ahern.
We just couldn't get it together on the logistical end, and he wound up doing it solo and stuff. But much love to him, man.
Yeah, definitely. Salute to Hug, my guy, man. Gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to the Green Dot Gang, man. If you guys missed these 5, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Also, man, Jason, another my father, gifting 5 Raider Nation Unlimited Wasted Talent memberships. Salute to our brother, man, the Demon King himself. We appreciate you, my brother. Salute to all the new members. Green Dot, get off my lawn, gang. You already know what time it is. We love y'all.
Raider Reaper is the man. So I'm listening to y'all while I clean my bong. Shout out to the Raider Reaper, man.
That is an honor.
It's an honor, man. It is, man. Thank you.
That is an honor, bro. Like for you to be cleaning your bong and listening, like that's an achievement, bro. I think we unlocked a new achievement today. Like,
I know we did, man. That's almost poetic, man.
It is poetic. That shit is, yeah.
Bro, I once told this dude that he smelled like bong water. It's pretty hilarious. That's pretty foul too. We want to fighting.
That stank on you. That's some outcast shit. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, yeah. Don't spill the bong water on the carpet, bro. This is facts. Salute, man. The East Coast Gridiron, our brothers in the building. Can't wait for our show this week. If you guys are around, make sure you tune in. I believe this Thursday night we will be breaking down MJ, Devonshire, and the Cameron Richardson's tape as well. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna have some fun. Me, him, and Big Mike. And hopefully our brother will come in the last 30 minutes of the show and derail it like he always does, Mr. Wasted Talent himself. Salute to Sky High in the building. Longtime viewer, first-time super chat. Thank you guys for providing the best Raiders content. Always keeping it a buck. This is our year. Raiders! Salute to Sky High, man. We appreciate you, man. I was wondering because that was the first time I seen that name in here, man. We appreciate you, brother. For real.
Shout out to him, yo.
It means a lot, man. Thank you. Let me see, y'all. Wipe them feet, man. Pay your bar tabs. Hit that subscribe button. Get some questions in. We're only an hour in. I think we got another 30 minutes, right? Wasted, you good?
Yeah, listen, bro. This is what I signed up for, man. I'm just glad to be back talking some Raider football, man.
Yeah, man. There you go. You know, face all sunburned and shit, all gray.
Yeah, man. My hair turned what little hair I have left turned brown. It's crazy, man.
Salute to Chris Mitchell, man. Yes, shout out to the chat, new/old members. Any way you want to slice it. Salute.
You know what I need, man? What I need for the next 30 minutes? I need for someone in my house to bring me some damn coffee.
Yeah, I got to get some out to this shit.
That's what the F I need, man. You know what? I don't think Mrs. Waste is here. She's off she's getting her feet done. She's getting her nails done. So I think I'm going to call my daughter.
I love it.
Mimi, I'm on the air. Mimi, I'm on the air. I need you to do me a favor.
Hey, Mimi, hey, Nisi, this your Uncle Graphk. Tell him no.
No, she's definitely not going to do that. Mimi, I'm on the air. Do me a favor. You sound like you were sleeping. I'm sorry, baby. But could you make me a cup of coffee? Thank you, baby. Love you. She's like half asleep. She don't even know.
Salute to Dev. That good content. Salute to Joey, our guy, man. Call me crazy, but it could be. But could it be if we start off slow, our quarterback has not entered the building yet? Just a weird thought. Nah, man. We've seen Lamar start off slow. We've seen Patrick Mahomes last year start off slow. It happens.
Bro, to be honest with you, we don't know whether our quarterback's in the building. The thing is that, yeah, quarterback is important, but it's not everything. You can have a team that has a guy that's kind of a middle-of-the-road guy, and you can get into a playoff game.
Yeah.
You can. The metric for me is the Raiders to win more games than they lose this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need for the Raiders to be, like 13 and 4 that. I don't really need that. I need the Raiders to win double digits. I need them to make
even 10-7, sneak in with a wild card. Let's make some noise.
Yeah, because we've had some pretty pedestrian quarterbacks make it to the playoffs, and they haven't gone far. But then now, once you start building that foundation, right now you have a roster that is advantageous to people wanting to actually get here. You might have a quarterback that's unhappy in his situation and tries to force his way to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Because, to be honest with you, whether we draft a quarterback or whether you pick a guy up on a scrap heap or we get someone else's quarterback, that's kind of been the Raiders' way. A lot of the players that have done well here in the quarterback are not guys that the Raiders have drafted.
No.
Plunkett wasn't, Gannon wasn't. You know, we did draft Kenny Stabler out of Alabama, and he sat behind Darryl LaMonica, and then he eventually, you know, supplanted him with that job. But there have been a lot of guys who Jeff Hostetler has played very well for us. You know, he won a Super Bowl with the Giants, right? So, you know, there's a lot of players in the Raiders annals who were not homegrown Raiders, and I'm okay with that.
And I think that's another reason why people love DC so much, wasted, and the leash was so long is because he was homegrown talent.
That's exactly why. That's the reason why I gave him so much credit, because to me, he was the one. And I told y'all this, man. I was at his first game in Giant Stadium against the Jets. And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah. We finally got our guy. We got our John Elway. We got our whomever. But that wasn't the case. And it's a hard pill to swallow. But guess what, man? As time marches on, and as you get a guy like Tom Telesco, who's been able to identify the quarterback several times in his career, I have faith that will happen. Yeah. I just need for them to make the rest of the team strong as possible.
Salute to Chris, man. There's no news on Shep yet, but I know that they value him. He was a top 30 guy for us that came in. You know, we had a meeting with him early on in the process before the draft. This is a guy that I think is going to take some development. You know what I mean? He'll probably be on the practice squad. They'll try and see what they can do with him, but I don't think you're going to really hear too much about Shep early on. Yeah, he'll get some reps, you know, in preseason, but this is a guy, y'all, that's probably going to fall to the practice squad if he doesn't make if he doesn't make this team completely. He'll probably end up on the practice squad, and they're going to develop him behind the scenes. But I do know they like him a lot. They like a
lot of the physical tools that you need to be successful playing on the outside. And he's a guy that he's kind of a big dude too, man. You can actually put him in safety as well.
Yep. Salute to Arlen, man, gifting one Raider Nation Unlimited Wasting Talent membership. Salute to Arlen and salute to that one member. We appreciate you guys so much. Raider Ryan also becoming a member. Salute to you, my dog. And also, Green Dot Gang is growing on both sides, man. Can't Get Right gifts 5 OLV Raider Network memberships. Salute to my guy, Can't Get Right. Salute to all the new members in the building. If you missed out on these, hit the link. It's pinned up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do, man. Appreciate you. Can't Get Right. Our guy, Hug D's, the GOAT himself. Fellas, we running ones on Saturday. How many? I do believe so. I think so.
Yeah, I think so too, especially because we don't have any other teams coming in and doing scrimmages with other teams. Yeah. So I think it's going to be vital to get the tape that you need to make the decisions about this roster in preseason.
Yeah.
And there's only 3 preseason games, not 4 anymore. So that kind of happens earlier. It's not like how it used to be where guys don't play at all in the first preseason game, and it's just a sham, you know?
But I'll say this again, because people were asking me the other day, and I want to ask your opinion, like, what players do you see? Because I don't think all the starters are going to see the same amount of time. I think that, Aiden will probably see a quarter. Minshew will probably see a quarter. Devontae, if any, will see a series. Tops. Like, you're not going to see him out there any longer than that. I think, with Zamir, they want to see if he can replicate what he did at the end of the year last year. He might have a whole quarter. You know what I mean? They may play all 4 of these guys. You may see Zamir all first quarter, second quarter, they got Alex Madison out there, third quarter, Dylan Lowby and Amir Abdullah or whatever, or Britton Brown.
I think that the players that you'll see are the ones whose like roster spots aren't solidified.
Yeah.
Like as far as, where they sit on the hierarchy as far as the depth chart. When you start talking about these offensive linemen, they're going to play some snaps.
Mumford for sure.
Yeah. Mumford, Glade.
Ready to go for sure.
They're going to play some snaps.
Yeah.
I think guys like, James and Colton, you're not going to see them. You're not going to see Devontae Adams. There's really no reason. You're not going to see Jacoby Myers that much. He might be out there for a series or 2. I think with Zamir White, you're trying to really make a decision on what we have in him. He has to get carries, right? The quarterbacks, you got to make a decision on them guys. Mm-hmm. But those quarterbacks going to be throwing the ball of Ramel Kenton and guys like that.
Yeah.
I think,
guys. I want to see Tucker out there a lot, though, Wasted.
Yeah, Tucker, too. He's another guy. I think, Jacorian Bennett is going to play for you a lot. Mm-hmm. DeCameron Richardson, all these guys are going to play a lot. I don't think guys like, any of these guys like Nate Hobbs, I don't think you're going to see him a lot. I just think those guys that are going to be starters, I don't think you're going to see them because that decision has already been made. But all of the competition around this roster is going to be solidified in preseason.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Salute to Eddie, man. Play action DC was prime DC. Damn shame we never built our offense around that 2016 scheme. The magic that year was different. King Crab was him. And think about it. We moved on from our OC that year, the following season. That's absolutely insane.
Musgrave, that had no – but see, you know what, Joe? the things that make you laugh, make you cry. DC is the one who orchestrated that.
Yeah,
He didn't get along
at least that's what we
fight
heard.
him in the ass.
Yeah, that's what we heard. And we moved on and went and got Todd Downing, and he shit the bed. It was nasty work. Salute to Eddie, man, on the $5 holla. Salute to Can't Get Right, gifting 5 wasted talent memberships, man. We appreciate you, brother. Can't Get Right said, I'm giving 5 apiece.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it, man. Shout out to you. Welcome to the new members of the Wasted Talent Army, man. I love it, man. Appreciate you guys.
Look at the East Coast, man. Heading back from Steelers camp. Want to say I think I'll be up there next week for Jets camp. Oh man, if you're up there, bro, hit it wasted. Y'all
me and East Coast gritted it on. We got to go get something to eat or something, man.
Yeah, man, definitely. And East Coast is making his rounds. He's going from team to team, checking him out at camp. I love it, getting as much content as possible. Salute to him, man. One thing I love about East Coast, he's a Jaguar fan, but he loves football. He's a football fan.
He's a football savant. I love East Coast Gridiron, and he's up at it's right in Florham Park too. That's right there, man. I don't live too far away from Florham Park and in Morristown and stuff. So hit me up, bro.
Campbell, you may be disappointed if you stick to that logic, brother, because I think it's going to take a while. I don't even think they're going to call the starter until up to week 1.
I disagree, brother, because you can't go into the third preseason game not knowing who your starter is. You got to start to tailor the offense and tailor, the play calling and stuff around.
I think they'll know wasted. I understand. I don't think that they're going to tell us.
They're not going to tell us, but I think the decision is probably going to be made.
No, definitely. Oh, I agree with you. I'm just stating that they're not going to. There's no reason to release that information. Hold on to it as long as you can,
bro. It was. I saw a good question by Axe, man.
Let me find it.
He said, "Graphk and wasted. What we have now? What is a realistic timeline for us to be contenders?"
Okay, let me ask you this. Contention in terms of like what do you mean? Like Super Bowl contenders, playoff contenders? Where's the difference?
I would say, the line of demarcation is being in the mix to win a championship, because that's what we all want, right?
Yeah.
That's the only real question, because right now, as far as being contenders, we're definitely in contention to win and get into the playoffs. I think we're a decent roster, right? Everybody.
Vegas has it at 6.5 wins, bro. It's nasty work.
Yo, man, that's crazy, man. I mean,
take the over.
Yo, take the over, man. Listen, over 8.5 is plus 250. Under is 8.5 is 325, man. So look, let me tell you something, man. Bet US is the place where you want to go take that action. I need you guys to go on over to Bet US, check out the website. Listen, they're giving out all kind of bonuses over there. Go over to Bet US, man, and have all your betting action this year over at Bet US.
There you go, James, man. Appreciate you.
Shout out to everybody out there, brother.
Appreciate you. Can't Get Right. Appreciate you, James Moore. Also, Access Graphk. Please let Wasted know what I said about you guys getting me through my recovery. Forever grateful to you guys. That means a lot, man. Thank you so much. We've been getting a lot of messages like that as of late, and we just want to say, man, for you guys to allow us to be a part of your process, a part of your lives, that just means a lot. I don't think you guys understand how much that means, like real talk. So I appreciate you, man. Very, very much.
Stinking Lincoln right there. It's cold. I love it.
Yeah.
Not the stinking, man. My pops had that, man. My pops had one of those. I love the Lincoln. If that's yours, I love it, man.
Facts, man. Salute to 10 Commandments. First of all, salute to South Sac, Iraq, man. Real ones know. Salute to my side of things. 10 Commandments says, what film do you study for the Chargers? Michigan Wolverines 2023. They will be totally different from the past 5 years. That's a phenomenal question. 10 Commandments always coming through, killing shit. But I'm going to say this. A lot of those guys that are returning, a lot of those are returning players on the defensive side of the ball, right?
Yeah, you got to study a little bit of both. You got to study. Like, you can't be monolithic in your thought process. Because
wait, hold on, bro. What the fuck did you just say?
I said you can't be monolithic in your thought process. Mono means one, bro.
Monolithic. Monolithic.
Bro, you never heard that?
No, bro. You're the first time here. Look. Monolithic.
Graphk. Do me a favor, man. Tuck your GED.
Hey, I was cleaning my bong, bro. I guess I didn't hear it right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but nah, for real. Look, it's single, right? So when they talk about it like a monolith, they talk about a single form of phone or whatever. I don't get that. Let's get on.
Word of the day, monolithic, you guys. Monolithic.
But you have to look at it from an abstract viewpoint because Jim Harbaugh runs a certain offense, right? So you got to look at that film. You got to look at when he was with the 49ers because the game has gone on from when he was the coach of the 49ers. But then you also have to evaluate the players that they have on a roster currently and evaluate where they are as players. I think the Chargers, man, are a team that is the biggest wild card in the AFC West because Jim Harbaugh has been known to be a guy that can turn things around very, very, very quickly. Thank you, sweetheart.
Yep.
He's been a guy that can turn things over very, very quickly. But also, I don't know if Jim Harbaugh's brand of football is going to equate to wins in today's football. Like that pro-style offense, man, maybe the game has passed them by. Maybe we might be getting John Gruden coming back to the Raiders where his offense really didn't really click and bear fruit right off the rip. So who knows, man?
But I think he's going to have that defense correct, though. You know, I mean, that's one thing that they're going to be. They're going to be a team that relies heavily on the defense. Denver, that's always been their strong suit, at least in recent memory. And now with Sean Payton out there, they're trying to turn that thing over on the offense side of the ball. You know what I mean? And now with Kansas City fielding one of the better defenses in the league, it's going to be interesting, man, because those could potentially be some of the 4 top defenses in the league right now. Think about it. Mm-hmm. Like real talk. Think about that. Denver lost a lot of pieces. Don't get me wrong, but this can be an interesting division in terms of the defensive side of the ball.
Yes, sir, man. No country for old men. Let me ask you a question, man. Is Simmons still floating around out there?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you think that there's something that we don't know? We got to start putting some feelers out there and finding out why that guy's still out there because this is one of the better players in the league. Does he have an injury we don't know about? Does he have a deep-rooted thing that's going on or that no one knows about? Because I don't want to see him go to the wrong place, man.
There's not too many people with a lot of money left. I think that he wants top dollar. And rightfully so. He's one of the better players at his position, and I think he's holding out saying, "I want what I want." And I think that's
seat on the damn bench because the season is about to start, my brother.
No, definitely. But I think that he says, you know what? If I got to sit out, it is what it is. I want what I want. Salute the Reap, Bone Clean, why Hobbs and Jack so passive aggressive? What you mean, Reap? What you mean, King?
They're aggressive. They ain't passive.
Yeah, it's not passive. They're aggressive. That's the best way to say it. Salute to Rudy. Graphk, you are about to go in timeout for not knowing the word. I can't even say it now. But monolithic,
mother ever. Come on, man.
Gothic.
Bro, you know what, Graphk? This is what I'm going to do now. You are getting a word of the day calendar for your birthday.
I would love it, man.
Be the graphic word of the day. Now he's going to be up inside of like a Poindexter.
Pythagorean's theorem. Salute to Abstract with that content.
Golden ratio.
East Coast says the rumor is he wants to play with Fangio against. Well, I mean Philly, but they retooled that room. East Coast, like Philly, they brought Gardner Johnson back. You know that they took I think they took Cooper DeJean as well, right? Didn't they draft Cooper DeJean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to use him at nickel or in at corner in the
Cooper DeJean is going to be a beast, man.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to, but they don't need him at this point. That's not necessarily a need out there in Philadelphia at the safety position.
Bro, you know what the funny thing about them? And this is my brother brought this up. Shout out to my brother. My brother's an Eagle fan, and my brother always says, he goes, everybody gives Howie Roseman all of this credit for the way he drafts. He goes, he's been shitty at drafting. You know what I mean? They need for Cooper DeJean to show up and do well. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't really done well as far as draft. He said he's good with free agency, but he's not the best at drafting players.
And they said he drafts big name guys that gets everybody excited.
So they did it, and it gets everybody off of his case. But some of these guys don't really show up when it's time. And my brother, you know, he's on to something there.
Hey, man, yeah. Salute the East Coast, man, my guy. But if that rumor is true, he may be waiting, brother, because I don't know how Philly would spend that kind of money bringing in a Justin Simmons at this point. Salute to our guy, man, Smash. Can someone talk to Mark? I've seen preseason tickets at Allegiant for $2,600 a piece. It's getting out of hand. Used to pay less for season tickets in Oakland, but still Raiders. Well, I just found some Cowboy tickets in a few weeks for $100, I believe. Smash. So or Eve Smash. My apologies. I didn't mean to butcher your name, but I didn't see any for $2,600. Holy shit!
I mean, bro, that could be like a suite or something with like
are you inside
or some shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. The things that make you laugh make you cry. We always wanted a new stadium. We hated the fact that, listen, man, the old Coliseum, like Graphk has said previous, it was a piece of shit, but it was our piece of shit. We, right? But we wanted us to not have to play in a baseball field. Want us to have a nice place where we could have a Super Bowl and be proud of. And unfortunately, the Queefs played in our stadium in the Super Bowl before we got a chance to, right? But if I'm being honest, these stadiums cost green money, man. They do. And the nicer the stadium is, the more money you're going to pay for shit.
Oh, you can't see that because the green, but these are 171 right here, row 5.
I think a lot of people it's probably 4 seats. I think they're wilding, but this the thing about that, bro. When you have a owner like, say, for instance, Arthur Blank. Arthur Blank is a guy who he started Home Depot. You know what I mean? Like Arthur Blank, that he's shooting at a different basket financially than Mark Davis. Mark Davis's generational wealth comes from owning the Raiders.
Yeah,
and that's a lot different than other people who have generational wealth, or they've been very successful in the
He's not lying.
Oh, he's not lying, right? So look, 2 tickets. So when you look at a guy like a Stan Kroenke, right?
Each
his tickets are crazy. But Stan Kroenke made his money in a certain way. But when you look at a guy like a Mark Davis's wealth is coming from the Raiders. Yeah. So he and then getting that stadium built, there are a lot of other people who need to be paid as well.
Yeah.
No, it's not like, you know what I mean? So this is what it is, guys. Love it, leave it, whatever. But you might have to take your act on the road and support the Raiders from a visiting stadium.
And that's what I'm doing for sure. Oh, and heads up, you guys, we may be in Baltimore. So stay tuned. We may drop that news soon. We may be out there week 2. So if anyone's traveling out there, keep us posted, man. And once we lock in that stuff, we'll definitely keep you guys posted. Maybe try and do like a little meet and greet hangout while we're out there for the weekend. So stay tuned. Salute to DeMarcus, man, my guy. Brock Bowers, my guy DeMarcus Webb, always supporting what we do, man. You got anything to say on the way out, man? We had an hour and a half. We talked about training camp. There really wasn't too much that came out. We had a late practice last night, you guys. But just for those popping up right now, coming in late to the show, Jack Jones had a phenomenal day. Returned to kick yesterday. Took it to the crib. Came up with a pick on Aiden O'Connell also. Here's a few. I'm going to read these notes real quick, real fast before we get out of here from Levi Edwards. Players that looked really good out there yesterday. He has a list of them. Max Crosby, clear cut. He's always playing out of his mind. Came up with a few sacks. Was all over the place. Gardner Minshew. He was sacked by Crosby. Dusted himself off. This is what Levi said. Had the best practice to date yesterday, and it was a great time to do it. Great timing for a scrimmage. Jack Jones, phenomenal day. Isaiah Palamau, our UDFA at USC, had a major day. Once again, coming down with another pick. Those are the guys that he had as the guys that stood out at yesterday's camp. Or yesterday's scrimmage out there at Costa Mesa. So a few names to keep an eye on. Interesting, Isaiah Palamau, a guy that we expect a lot out of this year. And Jack Jones, another guy that we expect even more out of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And really quickly, as for the wasted word of the day on the way out, I want to give you guys a definition from Webster's Dictionary so that you can improve your vernacular when you're talking football, right? So there are different meanings for that one word in monolithic, right? Cast as a single piece, a monolithic concrete wall. B, formed compound of material without joints or seams, monolithic foreclevering, consisting of a single unit, exhibiting or characterized by often rigid, fixed uniformity, right? Okay. So a monolithic society. This is what we're talking about, man. So this is the thing. It means one single, a singular school of thought. That is the wasted word of the day.
How did you not struggle with the word, but struggle with the definition? Bro, you were sitting.
I'm not struggling with the definition. I am not struggling with
that. That was you trying to monolithic.
No, because I'm reading it in real time. It's like a bunch of different I'm scrolling down because there's a bunch of different ways that you can use that word. But
Stephen A. Shit, you guys. Stephen A. Shit, aka
Screaming A. Listen, I hate Screaming A. Smith. That is an insult to me. I can't stand that guy. I cannot stand it. Make no mistake about it.
Y'all, it's so funny that New Yorkers and Jersey guys hate each other.
I hate Stephen A. Smith. I can't stand him, yo.
Yo, that shit is hilarious. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for being a part of the show. We will be back. We have the 12 Personnel podcast coming up this week. Me, Wasted, and Sanjit. We will be live all week long. We have a bunch of shows prepared. Also, I will be live, you guys, Saturday for the Minnesota game. I'll be doing a live stream covering the game. So pull up. Let's have some fun, have some drinks, kick it, laugh, joke, and break down our team, man. You already know what it is. Other than that, man, OakLosVegas.com. Make sure to go over there, get you guys some drip. BetUS, our proud sponsor. Go over there to the website. Our links are in the description. You guys go over there, check it out. Tell them we sent you. And if you're gonna bet this year, make sure you bet with BetUS. And also, man, let's get one in before we get out of here. Perk Angle, one of the greatest names in YouTube history.
Yes, sir.
Can't wait for another emotional roller coaster of a season. Raider Nation for life. It's always like that. I think that's for every fan base, though. Every year's an emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? But salute to Perk Angle, one of the greatest, I promise. That name is just absolutely insane. You got anything to say on the way out, bro?
Listen, man, don't be monolithic in your thought. Go over to BetUS.
Yo, hey, we need a raise, y'all. Yo, salute to the chat, y'all. We are out. One. Monolithic.